Hey Limitless Nation, today you're in for a real treat. Today you get to learn directly from David Dobkins. David Dobkins is a husband, father, a man of faith, creative entrepreneur, designer, nonprofit administrator, and finance executive, just to name a few. Having survived 2 drug overdoses, David knows that life is meant to be lived. David is passionate about life and strives to help people who are ready for breakthroughs. After David helps his clients regain belief in themselves, he helps his clients to develop business processes and strategies to meet their new goals. In today's masterclass, you are going to learn directly from the one and only David Dobkins. Let's dive into it.
Before you dive into today's masterclass session, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the button below. It allows you to receive notification bell every single time we provide you with the contents that allows you to live a limitless life. Now, if you want to go deeper on learning on how you can hunt your future, make sure you download our masterclass session at huntyourfuture.com. It allows you to know exactly what you need to do to hunt your future. Plus, we are also going to share with you tips and tricks on what you need to do to live a limitless life starting from today's forward. Now, let's dive into today's masterclass sessions.
Hey, welcome David Dobkins.
Hey Donovan, how you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely amazing, and I'm excited to have you here with us today.
Awesome, me too. It's great. I'm grateful to be here.
Absolutely. Well, David, is there anything that we did not mention in the bio that you'd like to share with the Limitless Nation?
Yeah, I just really, I am a believer of people, Donovan. I believe in people's opportunity to consistently grow and develop and pursue their goals. You know, we shouldn't let go of that belief in people or ourselves. And I also consider myself an agent of change because, you know, if we can help change people's minds and hearts, they can have a transformation from the inside out and really grow into what they want to do and what they're meant to do in life.
I completely agree. Everyone has that ability and option in life to make their life a little bit better, or just a massively better through change. Here at the Limitless Nation, we have a tradition of starting each and every single interview with a limitless quote. So do you have a quote or mantra or even affirmation that you have embedded into your life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. There's obviously a lot of different quotes, that we kind of refer to and we go back to, to kind of help guide us and lead us along. There's a few that really kind of fit, my mantra, my life, and what I really want people to consider and think about for themselves. And one of them is, where your focus goes, that's where your energy flows. And so if you're thinking about a thing or an attitude or a problem or an issue, that's where your energy is going to be going. But if you're hopeful and you're investing in yourself and you're focusing on the things that you want in life, that you're pursuing in life, that's where your energy is going to go. So where your focus goes, that's where your energy goes. And that's from Les Brown.
So where your focus goes is where your energy flows.
Yeah.
Can be a little bit of a tongue twister, but it's absolutely true.
The other one, I had a mentor in life. I was younger. He used to tell me when I knew what I was supposed to be doing to grow myself and learn and achieve things that I was going after in life, he would tell me, if he knew I wasn't doing it, he would tell me, stop prolonging the agony. I kind of go back to that sometimes too.
Stop prolonging the agony. I like that. It reminds me of the story that I tell of a dog sitting on a nail.
Yeah, I've heard that. Why is the dog howling,
Absolutely.
Just get off the nail.
Right. David, in talking about stop prolonging the agony, what is a challenge or setback or failure or just difficult situation that you had to go through to get you to where you are now?
So I grew up in a good home. I had a really good family. I had a lot of opportunity when I was younger, and I'm so grateful for that. But as a young person, when I got into my teen years, Donovan, I started to make some decisions based on what I felt was kind of alone, left out, not fitting in. And I didn't really have a lot of direction at that time in my life. So I ended up getting involved with doing drugs and hanging out with people that were doing drugs. And it really just led me into a dark season of addiction, a lot of other stuff. You can imagine the kind of results and problems that come out of that. I almost died 2 times from overdoses from drugs, and my family never gave up on me, and somehow finally I realized I was at the end. I wasn't going to live any longer that way. I didn't want to die, but I didn't want to live any longer that way. It was a big challenge, and I found help. I sought help, and I was able to overcome that and start fresh, start a new life, physically, mentally, spiritually. I was just spent. I was unraveled. I was distraught. Fortunately, through my faith, through my family, and through the process that I went through of recovery, I was able to get out of that and start a whole new life. It's been great since then. I have my own family. I work to help other people in that way too, who are going through similar stuff that I went through as well.
Wow, that is powerful. I think you tapped into it just a little bit, but can you expound on it just a little bit more? We call it here an aha moment, the moment where everything changes, where you go from your deepest difficult spot to a breakthrough, essentially. Can you talk a little bit more about what triggered you to essentially say that this isn't my life and I want to get better?
When I saw this is tough. When I saw how much I was hurting my family and people around me, and I didn't care. I didn't care that I was hurting myself, at the time. But when I finally realized, the disastrous kind of wake that I was leaving in my path, it woke me up when I finally saw that. And, that led me into not just stopping what I was doing, but doing something new. The aha moment that you're talking about for me was, I'm made for more than this. This is not who I'm meant to be. Nobody is meant to be living this kind of life. And I just had to realize that if I focus on the things that I'm really meant to be doing, then that is going to keep me going. So that was my aha moment, just realizing this is not my life. I can't be living this life. I can't be hurting people. I can't be hurting myself. I'm not made for this.
I agree. A simple realization like that you create a difference and impact in other people's lives, because some people don't always see how much of an impact they make in other people's lives. You realizing that you make an impact into more people's lives than just yourself changed a lot, and it helps you to get better.
It really does. And when you start to dedicate your time and resources and your focus and your heart to that end, you experience joy and fulfillment, and you have a meaningful experience in life when you realize that you're doing things to help people. Do we still make mistakes? Yes. Do we still have to apologize for things? Yes. But are we working on the right path? Are we growing every day, overcoming failures and challenges? Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. And speaking of overcoming and continuing forward, what are you working on now?
Hope you enjoyed the masterclass session so far. Before we get into the second half of the session itself, it is very crucial for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I really don't want you to miss out on another masterclass where I'm going to share with you what other experts, celebrities, Fortune 5000 companies do to become successful and live a limitless life. So make sure you subscribe right now, and every single time we upload a new video, you will receive a notification bell. This allows you to enjoy the masterclass on the regular basis. So make sure you subscribe right now. Well, as you are ready, let's get into the second half of the masterclass session.
Well, I work full-time in a nonprofit organization that helps people overcome addictions and get a new start in life. And I'm the business guy. I help run the operations of a local nonprofit organization, Teen Challenge, and we work with teens and adults, and that's my full-time gig. That's what I'm dedicated to. That's what my career is. I am also, about a year ago, I'm very entrepreneurial at heart, and so about a year ago, I discovered doing online business and affiliate marketing and programs that can help people grow and have personal development and become more of what they want to do in life. And it's not always all about money. money helps you do things and helps pay the bills and helps you reach for what type of lifestyle you want. But really at a deeper level, Donovan, like I mentioned, I'm a believer of people. I like to be an agent of change. And so I try to be very intentional and transparent with my content and the things that I tell people. I do a little bit of coaching and really, but it's just kind of streaming information to people that helps them think differently and gets in their heart, be able to grow into who they're meant to be.
That's powerful. So where can the Limitless Nation go to learn more about what you're doing and how to connect with you?
So I have a website, daviddobkins.com, and my Facebook is Digital David Dobkins. Connect with that there and find some good stuff.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, David, what would you say is a challenge that was holding you back from really becoming limitless when you started on this journey?
I thought that one through, and I think really, it's funny that it's interesting that we're talking about being limitless, and the challenge that was holding me back was my limiting beliefs, was my ego, my pride, my selfish limiting beliefs that kept me from opening up and submitting to the process. Whatever you're trying to do in life, whatever there is to go after and achieve and become, there's a process. And someone said to me, let go of the results and embrace the process. And that is where we find the true growth and development and becoming what we're meant to be. So realizing I had limiting beliefs and then letting go of that, and I still do that daily, because I wake up in the morning and I think I'm not getting up, and I get up and then, I face a challenge, I have to deal with a challenging problem in the work that I do. I face all kinds of stuff that we deal with people in their darkest moments in life and try to help them through that process, and in my own business and coaching and helping people level up and grow and find ways to do life differently. I just have to always constantly, daily overcome limiting beliefs.
I agree.
And abundance is real, because that was kind of a realization that I had. It's when I had a mindset of lack, when I had a mindset of I'll never get everything in life that I think, or someone else has more than me. When you have that kind of mindset, then it puts you in that place even more, even deeper. It digs the hole a little deeper. So to let go of limiting beliefs and have a mindset of, and I'm not saying, you think it and you receive it. I'm talking about abundance is real, and if you go after it and work for it, whatever that means to you in your life, you can have an abundance of joy, peace, happiness, money, things, family, time, whatever it is. It's available if you just go for it.
I agree, and not enough people understand that you need to take the first step. You need to actually take action, because as Rachel Pitts says, dreams only work if you work.
Yep. That's right.
With you having helped so many people, teens and adults all across the board, what is a bit of advice that you yourself have received that you can share with the Limitless Nation?
I mentioned a while ago, stop prolonging the agony. And this is a very, very, very simple thing, but sometimes simple is powerful, right, Donovan?
Right.
And for me, that is, if there's a thing to do, then do it now. If you're afraid of doing something, do it anyway. If something needs to get done and you're the one that needs to do it, then do it, because it's going to stay there and gnaw at you, and other things are going to pile up on top of that, and pretty soon you have this weight and it's hard to get out of. It might sound simple, but it's powerful. If there's something to do and you're the one meant to do it, then do it now.
I agree. And speaking of doing it now, what is a habit that you have embedded into your life that helps you maintain this massively entrepreneurial as well as busy lifestyle?
Oh boy. My habits are sometimes flexible, because of the life that I live. I have a family, I have business, I have work. Start early, get things done in the morning, have time, for when your mind is fresh and the ideas and the mojo is flowing. For me, that's early. Okay. And I don't like to be up early all the time, but that works for me. And so getting up early, getting things done, doing the highest priority things first, and then you have time to help people when they come to you with a problem. You have time to relax later. You have time, you can get to bed early and rest, and doing things early and getting them done on, the highest priority things first is what I would say.
So kind of like Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Get it over with.
For those of you who are not familiar with that book, that's basically you have one big, hairy, audacious goal, task, whatever it is, this big, scary thing, and you got all these small things here, and you put this scary thing at the very first thing you do when you get out of bed. That way it's out of the way, and then you have just a bunch of small things that are a lot easier to accomplish and attack.
Yeah, we know that, but sometimes we don't do that, right? And then we think back and we're like, gosh, why didn't I just get that done, and the path will be so much clearer now if I just got that part done,
People like to procrastinate, and that's just a human factor there.
Mm.
What is a resource or tool that you can give to the Limitless Nation to help them with their limitless journey?
That's good, man. I appreciate you asking that. So many of us kind of look for influence and content, and people go online and they search for the stuff that they think they need in their life in a moment. And so I have been referencing a program called HEAL, HEAL, and healup.daviddobkins.com is a link to that, and that includes content for people at wherever they're at in life: health information, wealth information, physical fitness, spiritual and mental growth. There's a lot of good content in there.
Wow. And you just said the website. Can you say that again for people listening via podcast?
healup.daviddobkins.com.
Awesome.
HEALUP.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Now, David, in a hypothetical world, let's imagine that all the books that you own just disappear. And in a frantic hurry, you look at your bank account and realize that you only have enough money to buy one book. It can be any book, but it can only be one book. Mm-hmm. What would be the first book you would go out and get?
For me, it's the Bible. I mean, that's my guide for life. If you're in business or you're looking to be able to develop yourself as an entrepreneur, then I would say also the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Those two books for me. And the 10X Rule is really a challenge to level up and multiply what you do, your mindset, your effort, and your results by 10X. And so for me, that was really challenging and caused a lot of growth within me.
And growth is a good thing because it allows you to get to that next level.
Yeah, definitely.
And speaking of leveling up, if you, in a hypothetical world, were able to travel back in time and talk to the younger version of yourself, what advice would you give him?
So that's pretty cool you say that, because a few weeks from now when this comes out, I'm going to listen to what I said. No, I thought about that too, Donovan, and I think I would tell myself to live in the moment. Don't be caught up in the things that you did, the mistakes you made, the problems you caused, the people that hurt you. Live in the moment, because right now is all we have. The past is done. We can learn from it, but it's done. The future, we don't know. We can prepare for different possible variations of the future. We can plan. But right now, what I would tell myself is to live in the moment, to let go of those things, learn from them, and live right there.
Well, that's why it's called the present, right? Because it's a gift.
Yes, that's it.
I completely agree with that. Well, David, where can the Limitless Nation viewers and listeners go to learn more about you, your business, what you have going on, and just to connect and say hi with you?
They can go to daviddobkins.com or my Facebook, Digital David Dobkins.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time, David.
Thank you, Donovan. I'm so grateful for the chance to talk with you. And this has really been encouraging for me as well, because if you reflect on these kind of things, then, it's good reminders. It's good to focus on these things and just, repackage what you're about, what you've experienced, and what you're going for. It's positive. It's healthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And it's only because of limitless warriors like yourself that I'm able to do this and share your story with the world. I'm sure that the Limitless Nation has been inspired by your story. I know I absolutely am astounded and amazed at how you were able to go from a very difficult, addictive situation to turning your life around 180 and not only getting out of that situation, but you went back and decided to help other people out of that same type of situation. And because of that, you're making an impact on the world.
Yeah, thank you. I'm blessed to serve, and it helps me too. It keeps me going.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, until next time, this is Donovan saying stay limitless.
Thanks again.
Well, that's a wrap. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the word subscribe. And if you want to go deeper on learning on what you need to do to hunt your future, make sure you watch the interview that I've done with Donovan on what you need to do to hunt your future on every aspect of your being. This allows you to live a limitless life on every aspect of your life starting from today's forward. Plus, you are going to receive tips and tricks on what you need to do to tackle your day, tackle your challenges on every situation, every single time. So go ahead and download it right now, and until then, stay limitless forever.